For Daily Ask Reddit. What did your parents teach you that you would never teach your children? If you like the video, drop a like and subscribe so you never miss our daily videos. Guilt trips. All the damn guilt trips. Got one today from my mother actually. Yugg. I hate my mom for trying to guilt trip me so much. She does it so much that I can tell when she is about to, so I can point it out, which makes her guilt trip me on accusing her of guilt tripping me. It's a vicious cycle. That parents don't have to apologize if they are wrong because they are parents. I grew up in a big family and many times one sibling would be blamed for another sibling's action, both by parents or other siblings. If I yelled at sibling A for something sibling B did, I would be made to apologize to sibling A. If my mom yelled at me for something sibling A did, after everything was sorted I'd ask, "Are you going to apologize to me now?" And she would said, "I don't have to, I'm the adult. I have kids of my own now, and if I do something wrong, I apologize." To be afraid of them. There's a post that keeps circulating that explains how I feel perfectly. It goes something like, I don't want my kids to mess up and feel like they have to hide it from me. I want them to mess up and come to me asking what they should do. Mistakes are a part of life. My mum goes berserk when I make a small mistake like spilling a drink, and I don't want my kids to be afraid of being human. My parents taught me not to share my feelings. It has taken me a long time to be able to do this. I don't want my kids hiding their feelings. There's some really important lessons I had to learn as an adult about expressing feelings, all because of how my parents treated my feelings. I'm not repeating that shit. My kids will know all feelings are valid and that feelings are meant to be spoken about without judgment. If you don't feel that's possible, you should be sure to have a safe person to talk to about it. Never allowing me to tell my side of the story. When I was getting in trouble, most of the time it was my fault or something I could have done about it. But there were times that there was an honest explanation that would have explained the situation, and it was always talking back. Just give me a freaking second. Oh god, this speaks to me on a visceral level. In my case it was always met with, "Will you stop arguing?" Like, guys, I'm not trying to argue. I'm literally just trying to tell you my side of the story. To this day at age 32 I still have issues explaining things or making counter arguments. At work, in my personal life, you name it. I would never compare my kids to other kids. Not only did it make me feel shitty back then, it's made me unnecessarily competitive now, and I seem to compare every little thing of mine with other people's. I feel this. My brother wasn't the best at school, and when he'd get a midterm grade sent home that he was borderline or actually failing a class, there'd be a lot of yelling. I'm not exactly sure what the yelling was intended for, but anyways, when they'd be done yelling at him, they'd come to me to say they're not mad at me etc etc. It was awful. I know they probably did it to make sure I wasn't upset that my brother was being yelled at, but instead it just made me feel like my brother resented me for being the golden child and he was the black sheep, just because I understood math a hell of a lot easier than him. That as soon as they yelled at him, they came to me about how good I was at school. I hate it to this day. It's still painful to think about. There's no reason to be stressed. Everyone gets stressed, whether it's something big and life-changing, or small and inconvenient. Growing up, my sister and I always heard, "You shouldn't be stressed about this. This isn't a big thing to stress over," and stuff like that. Instead of being taught to manage our stress, we've learned to hide it and bottle it up, so our parents wouldn't think we're dramatic or something. Instead of teaching kids to not be stressed, I teach them how to manage stress in healthy ways so they can eliminate it or be able to navigate through it easily.